Last night I was watching the interview between Andrew Tate and Piers Morgan. Quite an altercation. Andrew Tate was enraged because of the accusation. Morgan was accusing him of inciting riots in UK. But Tate, in the middle of interview, made an interesting point.
Makes no difference to me whatsoever. But would you like to take this opportunity finally to tell the rioters to stop rioting? Yes or no?
Absolutely. Well, considering I've been saying that for the last 4 days on Twitter and you didn't read any of the tweets out, they should be in front of you. There's at least 30. Let me make it clear to the people on both sides of the equation, all of my brothers in Islam and all of the Christians and native people of the UK who feel like they're underrepresented. You have more in common with the people you live amongst than you do with these political elites. The people you live amongst love their children and they're struggling to pay the bills exactly like you are. There's no reason.
Why the statement here, you have more in common with the people you live amongst?
There's no reason for UK, one of the greatest countries in the world, one of the largest empires in history, to be plunged into poverty if it wasn't being looted by a political class that do not care about you. And the people who do not care about you, the number one thing they want is the different breeds or different types or different categories of poor people to fight so nobody looks up and sees who the real enemy is. Britain can be a rich country and it can be prosperous and it can be safe and it can be regulated and the police can respond and it can be as beautiful as a lot as the first world Islamic nations are. There's no reason why it has to be the way it is unless a political class was failing the people who they're supposed to represent for generations. And that's where this anger and hatred comes from. Not because a video was made on Twitter. That is so infantile.
Okay, I agree with this, that Britain has been a prosperous country, but colonial rule has looted the world. How can we forget this?
Okay.
That some
Here's
little
what I would
video
say
on
to
Twitter
you.
started all of these things.
Here's what
That
yes,
is
not
what's
a little
happening.
video.
So stop
Okay.
rioting amongst each other and realize who the real enemy of your freedom is. When you understand the truth about this world, listen, I was born on a Luton council estate and now I have hundreds of millions of dollars. And let me promise you, it's never poor versus poor. It's rich versus poor. When a black billionaire and a white billionaire meet, there is no racism because they are billionaires. Racism is what they use to divide the poor people to stop us realizing that they
I gotta give him that. He has got a point here. There's no racism among the elite class. Racism exists only among the poor.
lie about every single thing on the news, that they inflate the currency constantly. They send our money away to wars we're not interested in. Nobody can afford their bills. Nobody can afford health care. And you're going to die alone in some nursing home.
I gotta give him that. I'm talking about Andrew Tate. Although his tweet was incorrect, but the kind of credibility, confidence, articulation, common sense he showed, he made his followers believe that he was speaking the truth, but he made sense with the rest of the argument. So there's a lesson in here. Even if you're not speaking the truth, although I'm not propagating it, but even if you're not speaking the truth, if you can somehow show confidence, articulation, common sense, the art of storytelling, people tend to believe you. Trust me, if somehow you can develop that gift of the gab, this world is there to watch you, to witness you, to listen to you.